Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wargaming League Asia Gold Series. My name is Breaker.
This is Edison99.
And I'm Skip Prolova.
And this is day one of what? Week 5 now? Week 4?
Yeah, week 5. It's week 5.
Time flies, guys. Time really does fly.
Yep.
Alright, so tonight we're going to have Charlotte Tiger facing off against Elong, but first we're going to have Intense Honking facing off against NVIDIA ACES.
Yep.
And I got to say, you know, I mean, despite the, I guess you'd say, rough performance we've seen from NVIDIA ACES so far, I do want to say that I feel like they're the more favored of the two teams in this matchup, but we'll have to see, you know, how things pan out. I just feel like I feel like NVIDIA ACES' performance thus far has had a lot to do with luck, basically.
Yeah, but
would you guys agree with that?
Yeah, but on the last 2 weeks, they are doing much better than the first two.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, the first two, I mean, they lost, like, just plain straight out. What about, and I mean, like, in week 3 and week 4, it was 2 ties. So
yeah, that's right.
it's better than losing, you know?
Yeah, but it's really not their play style in the previous seasons.
Yeah, compared to that, you know.
That's
but,
right.
At least they get 1 win, 2 draw, so, you know, far better than the first two, you know.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and dive into the standings. I think it would be a good time to check up on that for the Gold Series. Rules first, of course.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so here we go, guys. Victory condition is attained once you, or your team, kill all of the enemy tanks or capture the base. And of course, winning a game will receive 1 point in this best of 5. If you happen to accumulate 3 points before the enemy team, then your team gets 3 points for the remainder of the Gold Series. And if you happen to lose the entire set, that is to say the other team gets the 3 points before you guys, then you get nothing for it. And if your opponent and you get the 3 points at the same time, that is to say the final game is a draw and the score ends in a 3-3 even show, then both teams get 1 point, and that's it. Now I think it's about time to jump into the standings. I think it's worth noting right now that I believe it was Charlotte Tiger. They switched their logo out, but unfortunately this one is not up to date. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
a new one.
Oh, it is.
It's
Okay,
a new
there we
one.
go. There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
The old one, it has a purple hair.
Yeah. But also really nice, I think. They always doing their logo, and, you know, the animator industry in Japan is really strong, so, you know.
Is her name Charlotte?
I'm not sure.
It's a makeup, I think.
All right. And Elong, like I told you guys, I told you guys from day one, if it's any team that has definitely solidified their lead from day one, in my mind, it's definitely them. And you can see it right here and now. They've got 10 points. And Team Efficiency, who went to Korea for the Season 1 finals, actually are lead, I would say, kind of trailing a little bit in second prize with 8 points. And with Elong facing off against Charlotte Tiger tonight, I think that's a battle of the battles, to be honest. Charlotte Tiger, of course, only taking 1 loss and 1 draw since the beginning. Not too terribly far behind in the top 4. And Gash plus Night Eagles, unfortunately, they are trailing it as well. They've only managed to pull, like, they're at the bottom of the bucket, unfortunately, with 1 point and 3 losses. PvP Super Friends, not quite living up to, you know, the gusto that they had in Season 1. I mean, they also went to Korea. And the NVIDIA ACES, well, I mean, I guess, you know, we said it before and we could say it again, I guess. They've kind of had lackluster performance, but tonight if they win versus their opposing team, they will skyrocket to a second place tie with Team Efficiency. But it's all going to depend on how that series between Elong and Charlotte Tiger goes as well.
Yeah, the Gold Series is so intense here. You can see that the third place with the 7, only 3 point difference. So that means if you win, you're gonna jump to third. You know?
Exactly. I mean, and in 6th place, I mean, just, well, look at NVIDIA ACES. There they are. I mean, if they get this win tonight, I have to say it again, they'll be tied for second prize. So that's assuming Charlotte Tiger doesn't advance. But even if Charlotte Tiger doesn't advance or get more points, then we're gonna have Elong getting those points, and Elong's just gonna solidify their lead with that. They'll be untouchable this week. Like they can just sit the next week out and they'll be in the playoffs. Let's go to silver now. One Blood has had a lot of, I guess you'd say, like almost outstanding performance. They've only lost 1 series so far. And Front Mission's not too terribly far behind. Norris Horseman. Coalition Singapore kind of doing so-so there. Alex G, a little bit at the bottom of the barrel, but at the same time, they managed to pull off one victory. And I guess, like, a part of this, I guess you could say, is as much luck as it is skill. Because not only are you depending on your own team doing well in this tournament, you're depending on other teams performing poorly.
Yeah, that's right.
So, I mean, I think in order for them to even have a chance in the rest of the series, they're going to have to hope that Coalition Singapore does not win another series throughout the remainder of the Silver Series. So, just wondering how that's going to work out. Looks like we are fully loaded and ready to go in the tank selection screen.
Yep. Okay.
And it's Honking versus NVIDIA ACES. I'm looking forward to this. I really am.
Yeah, we are waiting. Oh, okay, it's coming. Okay, now NVIDIA ACES, they got 3 or 4 heavy tank with a 1 light tank. Maybe they're gonna play, a rush style again, because they got much heavier setup, compared to the intense honking. So, I pretty expect that maybe they're gonna waiting for the M50 reloaded and rush, in
certainly.
maybe in the first 2 minutes.
That's gonna be the most critical part. I mean, like if you've got an AMX50 on your team with mostly light tanks on your team, then you're basically, I wouldn't say praying, but you're, how do I put this? You're kind of depending on that AMX50 a lot. I mean, I'm not saying that's a flawed strategy by any means, but you've got to have the tactics to pull it out, because of course we've seen lighter setups take down heavier setups tons and tons of times before, especially with Elong versus who are they playing against last week? Elong versus Thursday.
Last
Thursday
week,
night.
they're playing Night Eagles.
Night Eagles. There we go. Yeah, Night Eagles had a heavier armored composition on Prokhorovka. You guys remember that game? And we just saw Elong pull it off with 4 AMX 1390s and a single T69. But of course, there's a huge difference between that composition and this composition.
Yeah, but the map is really nice for the lighting, because it's really open wide, and you got really nice camo there. So you got a lot of chance to sniping compared to this map. It's quite small. So the camo may not working on this map. It's somewhat different compared to Prokhorovka or Steppe.
I gotta give a huge shout out to Arete Cowthief in the chat right now. This guy is awesome, and he showed up for the show tonight. Yep. Guy takes first prize in last season's WGL season finals. And he's like, he's just showing up now to size up the competition. He's like, okay, so can I take these guys? Who am I going to run across the season finals, season 2? That kind of thing, Speaking of, do we know where the season 2 finals are going to be held yet?
I think it's not announced yet.
All right. Be nice to see something in Taipei. I'd love to have an excuse to, be casting in front of a live audience of 200, 300 people. That'd be great, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's cool.
It's always great. Or actually, we'll probably be stuck in the back somewhere. Typically, I mean, that's what I hear with some, with a lot of, I guess you could say, larger scale tournaments where they have, they have to divide up the languages of the casters and such. But what we're waiting for to get this game started? We got.
I think there is some disconnections with NVIDIA.
Yeah, someone is disconnected. So
all right.
maybe waiting for 3 minutes.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
NVIDIA, why you do this to us?
And the internet infrastructure for Southeast Asia is not that strong right now.
Yeah, but
that's all right.
I heard a message, the cable, the overseas cable, the undersea cable broken again in Vietnam.
Bite by a shark again?
Yeah.
Really?
No, I'm not sure, but
they have a video that's showing that a shark is actually biting the undersea connection.
Wow. Okay. Well, I guess we're waiting for them to reconnect. we only have 4 tier 8 tanks here, as you guys can see. Well, I am looking forward to seeing who's in charge of production. I guess you'd say for the live event of the season 2 finals. That would be amazing to watch, to be perfectly honest with you guys. All right. And Cowthief actually identifies Edison as a coach of Taiwan's best World of Tanks team. He can already see that in chat. He knows who this guy is. But, of course, we can't vocalize which team Edison was coaching on stream. All right. Just as we can't vocalize which team I belong to on stream.
I think I talked to him maybe a couple months ago, but, there's only once, and we do a practice with them. They're doing really nice, you know.
Yeah. All right. Well, here we go.
Okay.
Finally got this game underway. The tank selection is final. It's 3 lights, excluding the T1 Cunninghams. It's going to be 2 light tanks on.
On Honking?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry.
Two AMX-1390s on Honking side, and one AMX-15, one IS-3, and one T69 for Honking.
All right, so the alpha on IS-3 is going to be very, very high. So I think you can see the logic to the strategy that Honking is going to try and employ. And they're also going to, I wouldn't say entirely capitalize on agility, but definitely speed and maneuverability. That advantage falls into their hands by a long shot this game. So spawning to the north, we have Intense Honking. And spawning to the south, we have NVIDIA ACES.
Okay, this guy gonna uphill, and NVIDIA team, they don't want to take here, I think. Yeah.
Well, Disguise is in with an AMX 1390. So he's got occupation of it, but the question is, does that thwart the enemy team by any means? Does that discourage them from doing what they're doing right now? Hades and Poseidon are both heading to the east side of the map. Poseidon's in an AMX 1390, not a T1, and here's the fight. Here's the fight. Honking intensifies, is about to take a shot at Poseidon. He's missing. That's actually a damage mod error. It's not it's not 443 damage, guys. Don't worry about that. But I mean, he just revealed himself to Poseidon, if I'm not mistaken. Oh my God! Wait a minute.
One shot.
I'm sorry. That was correct. That was a correct amount of damage. And it looks like Poseidon's doing a misplay. I thought that was a. What is wrong with me? I thought it was a T1 fighting a T1.
No, only T1.
My bad.
Yeah,
okay, so here we go. Free cam mode. C5M taking 634 and a stacked 757 onto his teammate from behind. 268 off of C5M yet again. Right now, Intense Honking is getting the better end of the pick plays, if you will. Fluffy Grit's in a little bit of trouble here. He's gonna see Poseidon there. Poseidon's going for the flank, but it looks like it might not pan out. Nice hit onto Nino. He's out of the game. That was a little bit difficult to identify.
I see. This guy gonna done.
Yeah, and Hades is going into a yellow swag scout, if you will, and the guys aren't wasting any ammo on this kid. Looks like I was wrong with that statement. Honk Like a Boss takes him down with 1 shot in the IS-3, if I'm not mistaken. And in the middle hill, if you will, Disguise is in a lot of trouble. Is he reloading or not?
He's reloading.
He must be. I mean, like, that's got to be why he's running right now.
Yeah.
Zeus, I imagine, is probably in that T69. Meant to counter them as such. C5M is in back and in trouble, but he does get the killing blow onto Disguise.
Yeah, that's a really nice chance to kill C5M, but, you know.
Right. Sirius taking 447 damage off of a previous 228. 705, and ouch! He's out. Poseidon now running for his life. This is a 3v4 tier 8 fight.
Yep. It's a nice chance right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I think who is that? Grift. It might be reloading right now. You know.
Here we go. Honk Like a Boss, trying to work his way through the hills, and as well. I mean, Ingrid's gonna get out there and do a little bit of scouting, a little bit of spotting there, and I think he's the right tank for the job, if you will. But the question is, are we gonna see Intense Honking? You know, basically, I guess you could say settle for a draw, or are they going to try and go for the win? Because that's a lot of low HP tanks on the other team.
Yeah, they got a nice chance.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you know, the hero is controlled by NVIDIA team, but okay.
Not only that, Rogue can see Honk Like a Sir, and he's about to go up the hill. C5M's getting tipped off, but at the same time, he's surrounded. I don't think there's anything that he can do. There's no getting out of that with a clean shot. So now the T1 Cunningham now vainly taking shots. Does 109 damage at him, but doesn't get Honk Like a Sir to turn around. He knows he's got to distract him. He's got to keep him off of C5M, but there's nothing else he can do, and it looks like this would be the killing blow. No! Track shot, 361 damage. Whoa, nice turnaround! Sick turnaround by NVIDIA ACES.
Oh, it's possible.
Honk Like a Boss.
Oh my God!
The blows are real!
Oh my God, he missed it!
C5M still alive.
Thank God,
he's
missed
still
twice!
723 off it.
Oh!
Still alive!
He missed
Another
it!
bounce, if
He only one shot left.
Right next to him.
Oh, he's got a 4.
Angry missing the shot. 326 damage off of his own.
He's reloading right now. Wow, he got big trouble here.
Man,
he got big trouble right now.
I don't think there's getting out of this.
Oh my
that
god.
was hook, line, and sinker. And somehow, some way, NVIDIA ACES turned it around in a heartbeat. Fluffy Grits at 259 HP in that AMX 50. I think if he's fully reloaded, he will have a shot.
Yeah, but you know, he's looking like reloading right now, you know. Wow.
That's him. He's trying to stay alive, but I mean.
Yeah, but you know, they can capture. I mean, the NVIDIA team can capture right now.
Oh yeah, and they're doing that right now.
Yeah, if someone gonna start on heal. So if you want to go back and reset, you're gonna die there, you know.
Yeah.
Wow, how come this happened?
I have no clue, but they can use one tick to capture, and that's all they need. That's all they need.
You know,
they know their situation.
I saw the T69. He shoots 4 times. All miss.
Yeah.
All missing. You know, the
absurd.
enemy only got 100 hit point, but you miss 4 times. It's
right.
big problem, I think. You know.
Absolutely. And
Wow.
besides just gonna sit there in the hill. Intense honking, I mean, well, not intense honking, but rather NVIDIA Aces, if they want to play conservatively, they can just let their teammate capture. Fluffy Grits is going to try and just get the reset. If he can get the reset right now,
but
he's
you know,
got a chance for a draw, but that's it.
I3, T32, you know, you
They're
got one
waiting
shot.
around the corner. What's it going to be? 363, 320, AMX50 versus AMX50. Zeus wins that fight. He got the first shot out.
So amazing.
I know. That was insane. I mean, like, when we look at this, I think the key moment there was when we saw the AMX 1390 go in there.
If he kill, if he kill a C5M, you know, everything is done.
That's crazy. Okay, we're gonna take this into some post-game analysis after this short break, guys. Don't go away. All right, guys, we are back with game number 2. I think, to be honest with you guys, we could kind of determine that one part of it was luck. The other part of it was, I guess you could say, the patience of NVIDIA ACES paying off. Because they were thinking to themselves, okay, well, C5M is backed in a corner there. He can't get out. So the only way for them to get the kill is for them to come around the river side and go in. T1 Cunningham saw that. They played off of that.
Yep.
And
the
luck part came in when he shot the trap.
Yeah, I3 shot, but the I3 is not that easy to penetrate if you do not got really nice angle.
Yeah.
But maybe he is nervous, so because there is too many heavy tank. If you miss once or twice, you're gonna die, and unfortunately, it's happened. In the beginning, I think the NVIDIA ACES make a mistake because your enemy gonna send the M13 uphill. If you only send the I3 uphill, you cannot kill him. Yeah, it's an autoloader. You should M13 once, and he gonna shoot you 6 times.
Well, I mean, the other part of the luck was when we saw the T69 come in from the side and miss all 4 shots.
I don't know how come it happened. You can just push in, close to the T69 and one shot, but he shoot 4 times. Oh, miss it!
He had tunnel vision. He had what we call tunnel vision. That means he was focusing too much on the target and not enough on what was shooting at him.
But the M50 almost shoot like I do remember at least 4 times. So maybe he can shoot you twice. But you won't die. You got a 4 hit point.
Right.
Yeah, and T9 you can one shot, 1 kill there. So you don't have to worry about that. But he always aiming like to enemy. Right side, left side, right side, left side. Finally he died.
Yeah. So here we are, guys, in game number 2, playing off of their 1-point advantage, as you can plainly see, and giving their T1 Cunningham 12 HP of damage. It is the NVIDIA ACES.
And then they got North part. I think this time they won't put the M50 on the window right now.
Yeah. All right, and spawning to the south, it is, of course, going to be intense honking. Now, the question is, what's going on here? Is there a DC?
Yeah, it's a disconnection. That guy is disconnected.
Okay.
Hashtag made in Taiwan.
Yep.
I'm kidding. All right. All right, so, bringing it back to us, guys.
Yeah, but this guy in Singapore.
This guy's in Singapore?
He's in
they
Singapore.
Have godlike internet there.
And the server in Singapore.
The Twitch server is in Singapore. What about the Wargaming Asia server?
Yeah, in Singapore.
Wow, really?
Yeah, so it's really weird. You got like pin. Singapore play always like 10, 30 milliseconds. I mean pin 9.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, this just in from our production crew. We're going to take it to a short break, and then after that, we'll be back with game number 2. Don't go away, guys. Great. We're so glad to be back and up to speed, guys. It didn't take too long to get this sorted out, but it was a disconnect issue. And I don't think it's going to be too major of an issue from here on out.
Okay, it's
And here we go. I wonder if we're going to have the wrong loading graphic this time. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Nope, it's correct. There we go. We got our DJ working things correctly in the background, but it beats the NASL sound guy. So, I'm wondering, okay, we already saw that NVIDIA ACES are basically playing off of their 1-point advantage as freshly noticed, and I mean, like, it's gonna go without saying, I think they're gonna win this game. Spawning to the north, once again, it's NVIDIA ACES, and spawning to the south, at a disadvantage right now, it's Intense Honking, and they've been in this situation before, if I'm not mistaken. If not, I'm thinking of, no, it was not. It was not, was it not? I think. Maybe. Alright, well, let's see how this pans out. Taking somewhat conservative positions I like, but I don't know about this. This is a little bit different from what we usually see for the north camping setup, I guess you could call it. This is a lot different
here, you know.
I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, Hades is kind of exposed there, but...
Yeah, but the position is okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't say bulletproof by any means, but definitely solid. I think Rogue stands to get picked off in his present position. Yeah, he's taking fire. So too is Hades. He took 255 there.
Yep. He don't have to pull back because of no one can hit him.
All right. 353 off of Zeus.
Yeah, the position of Zeus, you know, is not that great because of this guy can shoot him quite easy, you know.
All right. So, I mean, like, right now we can see that Intense Honking is playing excellent picks. There's no getting around that. They're playing it really solid. They made all of their shots connect, and they haven't taken a scratch since the beginning of this game. So, I mean, in a later tank fight that's going to come eventually, that they have to take, they'll be at an advantage in that regards. Ooh.
Well, he missed it.
That wasn't a miss. It was just a non-penetrator. Ooh. That was a... Oh, man, that hurt. 625, 926. Oh, my God. Zeus is out of the game.
Yeah. You know, I don't think, NVIDIA ACES gonna have a lucky again, because of the position of Zeus is really worse.
Right.
I don't know why you put the M50 on that window and show that torrent.
305 damage returned. I think this is where Honking, Intense Honking, should definitely consider repositioning themselves.
Yeah.
And then going for the capture.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah, the problem right now is the T1 on the heel. I mean, the NVIDIA team. They can go to, if the Intense Honking trying to rush in, the T1 gonna capture the FS. So the problem is for the Intense Honking, they have to trying to cover the base after the first time attack.
All right, well, Honking intensifies is gonna dart forward eagerly in that T1 Cunningham. He will see Nino, but will he live?
And Nino, he's there.
He will not live, but not without dealing out 12 damage on an IS-3. Who else could say they've done that before, right? Okay. So, at this moment, we're at 344, 343, 340, and counting, and no move has been made by Intense Honking just yet.
Yeah, I think they're gonna push, but not right now, I don't know why they are so conservative, because of, I think maybe because of...
They're gonna get that other T1, are they? Are they?
Wow.
ACES...
Yeah, the T1 gonna die,
Yeah, Crouching Tiger's in a hot spot right now. He's being targeted down by... Crouching Tiger.
And right now, the...
Poseidon, rather.
And right now the T1 cannot rush to their base. Trying to capture.
Yeah. I mean, this is... it's kind of a little bit back and forth. We can see both sides cutting corners. Nice dodge there by Poseidon.
Yeah, but if this guy keeps shooting him, he cannot, he can kill other enemy there,
All right, so basically, At this stage, NVIDIA ACES know what Intense Honking is up to, but they're not quite repositioning themselves.
Ready for it.
They're a little bit ready. But I feel like the positioning here from Intense Honking is not quite adequate. They're going to have 2 tanks that are missing from the big fight. But here we go.
Yeah, problem for them is
395.
Because they know you got a 3 tank there.
680. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Sirius is just going to YOLO swag turn that corner. 266, 322, 37 off of that ram, and that's it. 617 off of Guys. It's 2-1. He's cornered. 908 and out of the game.
Yeah. Problem for them is they know you are coming there. They know you only have 3 tanks here, so they cannot use a 4 tank to kill your 3. They keep out the right side. They're just waiting for it.
All right, but here comes a total surround. It's going to be a 4 versus 4 fight, and NVIDIA ACES is just slightly lower. 373 for a tank and a tank.
Wow.
3 versus 3 now in the Tier 8 fight. But there's a T1 Cunningham from ACES, and they're going for a backdoor capture right now. 356. Angerid deals out. And the question is now, is there enough time? There's not enough time for a capture.
Yep.
For a single T1 Cunningham, anyway.
It's too late right now.
Maybe.
Yeah, the problem is they cannot kill him.
I don't think a capture, a capture is not even viable right now. 770 off of Sirius, he's out of the game.
No, I mean, you cannot kill, for the Intense Honking, maybe they only have a chance to draw.
Right, and that's all they need to do.
Yeah.
At this stage. Okay.
I think they have to leave there, not just push in, because even they push in, they cannot kill T1, and they take a risk to die there, so it's so dangerous.
For sure. But wait, 3 tanks in that capture circle might be able to get the win for Intense Honking. That's something I didn't quite measure out just yet. 595, 430, missed shot, 893, and how's this exchange gonna go?
No, nothing happened.
His turret's stuck. Or is that a disconnect?
No. I don't think he's reloading. I think he's reloading.
Maybe it's a 2 versus 3 situation at this point.
Yeah, probably there.
Hades has to get the reset on not 1 tank but 2 tanks.
There is a window.
Yeah, 313. All they need is 33 seconds to get the win. Is it gonna be a draw?
Wow!
Missed. Didn't penetrate, whatever it was. But here, I think they might have a chance. They just need to get that 3rd tank in the capture circle ASAP. All right, so it's a T1 Cunningham versus 3 heavies trying to get the capture. Is it going to work or not?
I'm not sure right now.
Oh, 70%!
Yeah, possible. Yeah,
I think they get it. But I'm American and I'm really bad at math. They get the capture. Intense Honking is going to bring the set back to 1-1.
Wow.
Nice.
5
amazing.
seconds left on the clock.
3 seconds left on the clock. That was clutch.
Okay, maybe.
Like not just clutch, but super clutch.
But because we didn't see that on the observer, so I don't know what's going on there. But it looked pretty even on that moment, or the MS50 is reloading. I'm not sure, but I don't know what's going on there.
Post-game analysis after this short break, guys. We have to pull our thoughts together. Hi guys, welcome back to game number 3. The score is now 1-1. Hopefully we won't be seeing any draws tonight. But I mean, that was a very exciting game number 1 and game number 2 especially. But we have to say, I think the biggest mistake was the fumble that we saw coming from NVIDIA. As we can see right now, I guess you could say on the replay, as you guys are watching it right now, we already see that Zeus is dead.
Yep.
So no lightning bolts from him today. It's actually just going to be, well, pushing up daisies, and that's about it. So he went down pretty early in the game, and I mean, if he was just alive towards the end of the game, I think, you know, even with the nice picks, I guess you'd say, coming from Intense Honking, we could have seen them hold out a little bit longer, at least 3 more seconds longer. And that would have at least resulted in a draw, and that means we would see NVIDIA ACES with the lead now, but it's just not the way it pans out.
Yeah, and as I said before, you know, don't show up your torrent by the M50. You know, if you were gonna stand on the window and show up a torrent, use I3, don't use M50. And those is an M50, and stand there, you got like 6 shots, die there. You know.
Yeah.
Totally can actually do anything. You know, just wait there.
All right, so spawning to the north, it is NVIDIA ACES, and to the south, it's going to be Intense Honking. Score is 1-1, guys. So we've got 2 T69s and 3 AMX50s coming out from NVIDIA ACES, and this time around it's 3, or excuse me, AMX50s, I mean to say T69s, excuse me. And we have 3 T69s coming from Intense Honking and 2 AMX1390s, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Actually, there's a Persian inside.
Oh, Pershing.
Yeah, 2 T69s and 1 Persian.
They look painfully similar on the top of the screen with those little icons. But I believe it's safer to assume that we've got Intense Honking with more armor this time, but ACES, I think, are going to be playing off of their tactics. We've seen, you know, similar scenarios with Elong versus other teams and how that worked out, but hopefully, I think we're in for an exciting game.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, but you know, the key point for the Elong's strategy is to kill the T1. You know, they have to kill the T1 and send someone to capture, and they cannot defend the line F or line D. But first, they have to kill the T1. But in the position of the NVIDIA team, the T1 is not that easy to kill.
Alright, so T1 Cunningham's set up in pretty safe positions right now. And this is a Criterion game happening right now, but it looks like Honking intensifies as well as like a Sir. They're both headed towards that capture circle, and they've been spotted too, so this is gonna force some kind of a play coming out from NVIDIA ACES. They're going to have to do something to keep them from capturing it, be it firing a shot or actually going in to physically intervene.
Yep.
And that's... Go ahead, Edison.
Yeah, and because the Honk like Sir is M13 on the D1. And I think the NVIDIA team already know that. They know, okay, you got a tier 8, you know, on the D1. That means on the heel side, you only have 4 tanks. So they might take in the traditional rush strategy there, you know.
Alright. Well, thus far, both sides playing it out a little bit patiently, but we got, I believe it's Honking Intensifies is actually now pushing his way towards that capture circle just a little bit.
Yeah,
I think a little bit more since what we saw previously.
Okay, he can go through the board.
Oh, Poseidon is actually giving his team so much more vision this way.
Yep. You know, if they can keep Spartler in guard the death guy, I mean Poseidon, and they cannot force to pull back. And that moment, the NVIDIA team can push it forward, but you know, it still depends on their time moment, their strategy. You know.
I believe I made a wrong call earlier. Honk Like a Sir is actually not in a T1 Cunningham. He's actually there.
It's M13.
Yeah, that's my mistake. So I don't know. I guess you could say this kind of reminds me of a kind of a dagger fight, if you will, where we've got 2 guys staring at each other and ready. One's going for the higher jab while the other one's going for the lower jab, and both are getting blocked out just a little bit. All right. Beyond that, our mod is broken for the time being, I think. No, I'm sorry. What?
What's up?
I'm sorry, but it looks like this is a little bit confusing. The AMX 1390 actually left the T1 Cunningham just a moment ago and regrouped with his teammates.
Yep.
Okay, that happened really quickly. My mistake.
Yep. They know that, you know, if you stand there alone, you know, someone gonna rush in.
All right, so Guys is just gonna be playing with vision for the time being, and I think once he sees the enemy team, he's gonna pop out there, or maybe it's just gonna be a full-blown rush coming from intense honking.
Yeah,
but at the same time,
oh, okay. And now the M13 go to the K6.
oh yeah, this is looking dangerous.
Hmm.
All right, so they might be able to get a capture if they pull their strings correctly. That is to say, NVIDIA ACES. But it's all going to come down to this decision making here. That's going to happen in about a split second. They're going to need at least 50 seconds remaining on the clock to get that capture if they want, assuming they don't take any damage whatsoever. So,
okay, it might be a draw here. You know, if the NVIDIA team do not attack, it should be a draw because of Poseidon, because the head is the two guys' position is really high in the high ground, so it's not that easy to kill on 100 seconds, I think, you know. So it might be a draw here.
maybe. I mean, like, neither side willing to make too much in the way of sacrifices happen, but here we go. We've got 30 seconds to make a play happen, and I think this is where we're going to have someone go, just I guess you could say YOLO swag, and there's the capture happening right now. No one's being called back just yet, and
because there is a T1.
There we go, Nino, not the T1. He's actually in an AMX 1390 right now.
K1?
Crouching Tiger just has to play this out very, very patiently and kill the T1 Cunningham as soon as he has a chance.
Yeah, the Crouching Tiger is a T1.
I know.
Okay.
All he has to do is kill that, or just hit the T1 Cunningham and the AMX 1390 at least one time each, and he's okay.
Oh.
They're paranoid, and for good reason. They know where that T1 Cunningham is.
Okay, they
just
got
can't see him. There it is. The shots are fired. The reset has kind of initiated, if you will.
But Neo didn't shoot him. What's going on?
There we go. He was waiting for his teammate to take care of the problem.
Okay.
And there we go. The fight will ensue. There it is. The T1 Cunningham out of the fight. This is going to be a draw unless we can see some kind of a miracle rain of fire happening from one side or the other. Nino's out of the game.
It's just a draw here.
All right. Well, I mean, in this game, what we saw is, I guess, very simple, very obvious, and I guess you could say, I wouldn't say hook, line, and sinker by any means, definitely not that, but both sides played this out really well, and at the last second, there was an initiate. It didn't quite work out, though, and now we are going to take it to the final game of the series after a very, very short break.
Okay.
All right, guys, we are back with now the final game of the series. It's going to be played out on Ruinberg, and we've seen, I guess you could say, an even mix of draws and victories on this map. I wouldn't be surprised to see either or for one side or the other, but I do think that there's a lot at stake for both teams.
Yep.
There's more so at stake now for NVIDIA ACES than there is for Intense Honking, so I think they will be inclined to play more aggressively this game.
For the NVIDIA team, I think, you know, because but they only 1 point difference, I think, right? They only have like 4 with 6, right?
Maybe, but they don't have a single. They don't have a single victory, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right? Do they have a victory in the standings?
You mean who? Honkings?
Honking
Or NVIDIA?
Oh, I mean as NVIDIA.
NVIDIA has one win.
They win the first
have one win
All
and
right.
one draw.
Yeah.
No. I don't mean for tonight.
win.
I mean for the entire
They
gold
got
series. One win.
1 win. No, 1 win, 2 draw, I think. So they got 5 points. And Honking maybe, or Honking 1 win, 2 draw. I forgot which one. But one is got 5 points and another one is 4 points.
Right.
Yep. But not that difference. But today the NVIDIA team make a couple of mistakes on the beginning. I mean the first match, you know, they didn't use the M50 uphill, so you know, finally they win whatever, you know. But the second one, the Himmelstock, they also make a mistake again. It's a M50 stand on a really worse position. But on that match, you know, they didn't make a mistake. But finally, it's a draw.
All right. Well, let's see where this game goes. I mean, right now we're just waiting for C5M. There we go. Hop into the game. It's going to be 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. AMX 50s and AMX 1390 IS3 for NVIDIA.
Oh, okay. NVIDIA got so many M50. What are they gonna do?
That, I think... Which tank is capable of more damage output, the IS3 or the AMX 50 overall in a single minute?
In a single minute, because the M50 is auto. So they're gonna shoot once. On the first minute, it's under reloading.
Alright.
So only making 80,000. But the i3, they're gonna shoot like 5 to 6 times. So you're gonna make 2,400. So in the first minute, the i3 gonna make more. But the first key point is he have to, you know, alive for 1 minute.
Right, of course. That's going to happen for sure. I mean, there's only 2 AMX 1390s out on the map, one for each team. But
Honking on the south side, so as we say, we always say that on the south side you're gonna defend. Your enemy will be really hard to push.
Spawning to the north side right now, we do have NVIDIA ACES. I do want to say for the moment that, you know, the loadout from ACES makes me think that they are going for a win more than anything else. We can see that both teams are working
they're gonna rush
into the city.
They're gonna rush.
There we go.
Okay, but who is on the A4? No.
The A7?
A4. It's a, I think it's
Zeus.
Hades. It's
Zeus
and AMX 50.
Okay.
Alright.
And 13, where is the post ID? Oh, it's there. So, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The city only have 3 tanks, so not possible for rush right now.
Yeah, at this moment, ACES are waiting for their moment to just, I guess you could say, pile in. And it looks like C5M is kind of sticking his head out just a little bit because he wants to get that killing shot.
Wow.
There we go, onto Intensifies. And that's just a little bit more in the way of blindness that we have for Intense Honking. So they're up 1 T1 Cunningham, which makes sneaky captures a little bit more viable. And I believe the other T1 would be back at home for Intense Honking. Guys is going to take the spot of this previous T1 Cunningham teammate and take 404 damage in the process.
Yeah.
Nice pick by NVIDIA ACES thus far. And now Rogue is, I guess you could say, trying to get some more vision for his team. But I'm afraid that if he goes down that lane, he could get popped by Fluffy Grits there. Or excuse me, Fluffy Grifts, rather. AMX 1390 is going to accompany the T1 Cunningham.
Hunter like Balls and Hunter like Sir cannot offer any support to that guy. So I'm not sure if the NVIDIA team gonna rush right now, but it looks not because of the head is still on the C3, but if the head is going to the D2, they might rush.
All right. Well, I think I could see a viable surround coming in here from NVIDIA ACES if they pull their strings right. But, I mean, it's highly situational. It depends on whether or not they can get a pick off on that other T1 Cunningham, force the AMX 1390 out of position, and then take it all there from, I guess you could say, the 5 versus 5 Tier 8 brawl, if you will. So it'll come down to this moment. Will we see a draw, or are we going to see a play?
No, I don't think they're gonna draw either. I think the NVIDIA team gonna rush.
Right, they've got that T1 Cunningham advantage. If they want to, they could just throw him to the back, get a draw.
Yeah.
They've got the leg up this game. Here we go. Nino, C5M are about to pile in on Death Guys. He could be in a lot of trouble. 80 is not far behind either. He's been spotted. 363 off of C5M. 669 now off of our NVIDIA tanker. 281.
Yep. Wow, Poseidon gonna shoot.
Now, look at this. Poseidon getting a nice flank there, but Honk Like a Sir is going to come back to reinforce his teammate. Where, if ever, will we see the capture initiated by our NVIDIA-sponsored team? That is the question to be asked. Is
oh, they rush in.
There we go.
Wow.
Sirius piling in. 1024, 1358, and out of the game. Sirius was focused down. Excellent coordinated fire. And now, basically, Intense Honking has the leg up this game. Poseidon down to 928 damage. He's trying to get that capture going, but he keeps on getting shots unloaded on him. And how much longer will he be in this game if he is to be dismissed from it whatsoever? There he is. He's out. Honk Like a Boss just took him down. Please. It's a 3 versus 5 right now. I mean, and the odds are really stacked against these guys. They're getting hunted down right now. There's no other way to place it, or no other way to put it, but Honk Like a Boss takes 342 in exchange, deals out 392. I don't think you saw a Nino there in the background.
Yep.
C5M, Nino, and Hades all piled up there in a corner.
Yeah, I think 2 minutes enough for the city, but the problem is still the T1, you know. They have to find out the T1. Correct it.
Honestly, right now, I feel like this is a game that Intense Honking can take. They just have to get the confidence boost that they need to really go in and kill their opposing team. 632 off of Nino. Will the next shot seal him out?
Wow.
He's trapped. He's trapped just a little bit. Can't quite move.
Oh.
There we go. 290. He's having a bit of difficulty maneuvering at this moment. Second shot misses. And Engerid's going to back down for the time being. A minute and 37 seconds remaining on this clock. Will we or will we not see a win from one side of the game? 2 T1s are remaining for NVIDIA ACES. So they could probably go for a backdoor capture if they were to really try it. But just right now, the way the odds are stacked, I don't know if that's going to work out or not. Nino now kind of getting, I guess you'd say, there we go, taken out of the game. He was cornered, back against the wall, did his best. Hades now is next. 270 off of him.
Yeah, the Hung team have to capture right now. At least send another one, you know. If another one is captured, they're going to win this one.
Yes, indeed. I mean, like the T1 Cunningham, the last one on, excuse me, the last one for NVIDIA ACES, where is he is the real question. He's in the upper left-hand corner, actually, right behind our observer. And he's going to have to do something at this point. He's going to have to get those miraculous shots that he needs to reset the capture. There's 30 seconds remaining on the clock. We have to see shots connect with those 3 tanks in the capture circle. Hades trying to rush in there. Death Guy is about to blindside him. Does miss the shot, though. 90%, 95, 97. Now it's 100, and Intense Honking pulls out the win.
Nice.
Wow. Intense Honking pulls out the win, and I think that this could be the rest in peace moment for NVIDIA ACES.
Yeah, maybe.
What's their score right now with losing this? They get no points for it. They're stuck at 4. Intense Honking, I think, took themselves to... Did they take themselves to first prize? Tied for first or tied for second?
No. I think Intense Honking might be take 8 points right now. 8 point might be stand on the second.
Yeah, they tied with Charlotte Tiger. That's the scenario I remember we would have, I think.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure the score, but maybe second, I think. Yeah, it's really nice, but I think the NVIDIA team, they got a chance to win this one, but
All right.
on the what's the match?
I wouldn't give it too much.
Yeah, they got some mistake there today, and always the MS50. You know, on that match, I mean Rimberg, they got really nice position. Maybe they just use a 3 tank to kill the death guy, because there is a maybe Hades or someone on the north. Yeah, he can cover any shot from the west part. So he just stand there and waiting for the enemy coming. No, that's okay, and they use a 3 tank to kill the death guy. But he go out first and got 3 or 4 shots at the same time. You know, it's really big mistake. And today the NVIDIA team always make mistake on the MS50.
Even in game 1, we saw that it was big, but they there's another way to say it. They really did get lucky that game.
Yeah.
And they pulled out the win with perseverance, playing their tactics, and again, 5 missed shots, 5 shots that did not blow up that IS-3 in game number 1 on mines. But in the end, it just didn't work out. I mean, end scores 2-3, and we see now Intense Honking, I believe, tied for second prize, and whether or not they stay tied for second prize depends on our next match between Charlotte Tiger and Elong.
Yeah, but no, whatever. Even the Charlotte Tiger and Elong get draw. You know, they cannot rest up again.
Yeah. The rich get richer, the poor stay poor in this tournament system, guys. Okay, so we'll be back after a short break with our next set between Charlotte Tiger and Elong.